Hello, everybody. Good day. So, today I will be talking about cell division. So, there are two types of cell division, which is namely mitosis and meiosis. So, in today's lesson, I will be only talking about mitosis. Okay. So, but before we go into mitosis, we have to first understand what are somatic cells and gametes, because mitosis only happens in somatic cells, while meiosis happens in gametes. So what are they? So as you can see here, somatic cells means all the cells in your body. For example, in your skin, your liver, your eyeballs, your brain, skeleton, heart, gut, blood, and every other organs in your body. As long as they are not gametes, which are basically sex cells, which are egg and sperm, they are all somatic cells, and mitosis happens in somatic cells. Okay, so now that you're familiar with what are somatic cells and gametes, let's move on to the next slide. So in this slide here, you can see that mitosis is the division of somatic cells, all the other cells except the sex cells. So one somatic cells, after the process of mitosis, will divide into two daughter cells. All right. So this is the cell cycle. This is like the lifespan of a cell. So each of the cell will go through 4 stages, starting with G1 here, then S stage, then G2 stage, and then the M stage. So what does all this symbol mean? G1 stands for growth 1, the first growth stage. Then the S stage stands for synthesis, the synthesis of DNA. So DNA is replicated here in this stage. Then we go to G2, the second growth stage. In this growth stage, the cell is preparing for mitosis. And finally, mitosis happens here after G2. So as you can see, mitosis only lasts for a small fraction of the cell cycle. Okay, this is the simplified one. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is a more detailed diagram of the cell cycle. So as you can see, G1, S, and G2. From G1 to G2 there is a name for it. So it's called the interphase. Okay, interphase is from G1 to G2. And mitosis happens here after G2, like I said just now. And there are another 4 phases in mitosis itself, which are namely prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So don't worry, we'll go into each of these stages one by one later. Okay, so this is again a simplified cell cycle with mitosis. As you can see, the red line here, the red part of the cycle here is the interphase, followed by mitosis, and not forgetting cytokinesis after mitosis. Basically means cell dividing. Okay, cyto means cell, kinesis means divide. All right. Oh yeah, so keep in mind this diagram, because I will be reminding you which stage are we in. So let's begin with prophase. So pro itself means before. Okay, the very first stage of mitosis. Okay, we are now at prophase. So during prophase, the nucleolus, which is the small organelle in the nucleus, will start to disappear. As you can see, the dotted lines here, this is the nuclear membrane. Okay, the nuclear membrane will disintegrate and disappear, as well as the nucleolus inside the nucleus. The next thing is chromatin. Chromatin are actually long, thin threads of the chromosomes. So now only it will condense into chromosomes. So before chromosomes, they were chromatin. So the diagram here shows the condensation of chromatin into chromosomes. These are already chromosomes. Okay, and we've got the formation of the spindle fibers. Can you see the blue lines here? All these blue threads are the spindle fibers. And where are they formed from? They're formed from the centrioles. And these centrioles will move to the opposite poles of the cell. Okay. One centrosome contains two centrioles. So this is one centrosome, and inside you have two centrioles. So this is basically prophase. Everything's getting ready. Now we move on to the second stage, which is the metaphase. Meta means middle, and as you can see, all the chromosomes, they are aligned at the metaphase plate, also called the equatorial plane. Okay, in the middle here. Okay, then each of the chromosomes, they consist of two sister chromatids. They are attached to the spindle fiber, the long blue line here, by the centromere. So what does this mean? A lot of information here, right? So each of these chromosomes, they contain two sister chromatids. So don't mix up with chromatin. Chromatin was before prophase. Okay, long, thin lines. So these are chromosomes, and each of the chromosome here, okay, you can imagine it like two sausages tied in the middle by a rubber band. So these two sausages are the sister chromatids, and in the middle, the rubber band will be the centromere, and this rubber band, the centromere, will be attached to the blue lines, the blue spindle fiber. Okay, so this is basically metaphase. Okay, they're all arranged nicely. Now we go on to the third stage, which is the anaphase. So in anaphase, the spindle fibers will shorten. Those spindle fibers that are attached to the centromeres, they will shorten. The shortening of the fibers will cause the sister chromatids, they are exactly the same, to separate towards the opposite poles, as you can see in this diagram. And what about those unattached microtubules? And these microtubules, which are the spindle fibers, they are unattached, they will push against each other to elongate. Elongate means make the cell longer, okay? Elongate the cells. So that's basically anaphase. And finally, we have come to telophase. In telophase, the new nuclear envelope will reform, okay? And chromosomes will unfold back into chromatin. Chromatin are long, thin threads before prophase. So now they will unfold back into chromatin. The nucleoli is the plural of nucleolus, will each reappear in these two newly formed nucleus, as you can see from the orange dot here. And the cell will continue to elongate, to continue to become longer and longer. And finally, last but not least, we have come to cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means the cell dividing into two cells. Okay, as you can see here, the cell becomes, from one cell becomes two daughter cells, and the nucleus are fully formed. So this is the last stage of the of mitosis before going back to G1. So in conclusion, this is the overall process of mitosis from prophase to prometaphase to metaphase. As you can see, all the chromosomes are aligned in the middle. Then anaphase, pulling the sister chromatids to the opposite poles. And then you have telophase. Telophase is not that accurate because we are supposed to see the nucleus reforming. And finally, we have come to cytokinesis. Cytokinesis here means two cells dividing. So we'll be getting two daughter cells. All right, so that's basically the whole process of mitosis. And the process of meiosis, which is different from mitosis, which happens only in the gametes, will be explained in another video. Otherwise, this video will be too long. So thank you for watching. I hope that you have understood the whole process of mitosis. Thanks for watching.